This is about life here in Thailand as usual. As some of you who have been with this channel for a while, you'll know that I have two forms of transport. I've got my car, which I've had for the last 10 years, and I've had this thing, which is an electric motorcycle. Well, they call it an electric motorcycle, but it's actually classed as an electric bicycle. There's no need for any tax or insurance, and it cost me $350 about a year ago. But it's been through the wars. You can see I had an accident a while back, and the back mudguard came off, and it's snared under the back wheel, and I ended up on that road there. That's Soi Ramen Tra. You can see how busy it is, but it was about 1 o'clock in the morning. It wasn't that busy, and I ended up careering on the side of the motorcycle. I grazed my elbow. I was very lucky, but it works fine other than that. But the mudguard is missing. The throttle handle, this is after a year, the throttle handle is loose, and if you do that, you don't get any throttle. You have to catch the catch underneath that for the thing to work. So I noticed this guy who sells, as you can see, washing machines and electric motorcycles here that are similar to mine. So I'm just going to take a quick look and see what he has on offer. This, by the way, is a heads up to you. If you don't want to drive here and you don't want to get the expense and the danger of having a regular motorcycle here, because they are death traps as far as I'm concerned, the electric motorcycle won't go any faster than about 35 kilometers an hour, kind of downhill with the wind. Well, that's an exaggeration, but you go at a fairly pedestrian speed. It gets you from A to B. You kind of stick on the back streets. You're not really on the main thoroughfares, let's say. It's a lot safer. But these are what he has on offer here, which this one is extremely similar. It's actually almost identical to the one that I have. This one has caught my attention there. One of the things you got to realize about buying these things is, you see here the stem on this one. If you look at my one, I'll just go back here, you'll see that the stem for the saddle is much longer. It doesn't come with that stem, and I'm 183 centimeters. These things are made in China, so the average East Asian, they'll be comfortable enough with a saddle that's low. But believe you me, you know yourself, you don't need me to tell you, if you're buying one of these things, I got that stem in a bicycle shop just across the road. He actually just had it and he replaced it for me, but they didn't have the longer stem. And this one is a very, very similar bike to mine, but it doesn't have that longer stem. But everything else on it is almost identical. But some of these are very, very attractive looking things. Let's have a look up here. This one, for example, this is quite nice. That's a beauty. That's a lion. That's an absolute beauty. Again, no tax, no insurance. Sorry about the flickering light, but that's the way it is with a GoPro when you're under artificial light. The yellow one is again identical to mine. It is identical, yeah. It's just yellow. But I'm intrigued with these things. There's a beauty. Look at that one. And that has the extendable saddle there. That's something that you'd want to look out for. Here's another look at it. That's a beauty. It's a little bit bigger actually than the one I have. A little bit more like a bicycle. That's a nicer colour. Okay. And there's the 3-wheel versions. They're a little bit more expensive. The wife has one of them. But you can see there's another one. The saddle there doesn't lift up. They look more like motorcycles, but the saddle doesn't lift up. That's the problem with those. But I'm going to ask him now about the prices. These are really popular. They're really popular in China. Really popular in China. I think the speed is regulated in China to 25 kilometers an hour. Here the speeds on them aren't regulated, but the maximum we get is 35 kilometers an hour. Those green ones are really nice. Look at those. But again, the saddle isn't adjustable. You can't adjust the saddle. but I'd be very interested in seeing how much these things go for. Oh, let's see what they are. Come put press anchor to me. You speak English? Any YouTube? Say hello YouTube. How many noon saying come followers? Say hello YouTube. Hello. Okay, so come kite to me, mate. Yeah. Okay. So any key back the crap. This one. All right. Okay. Okay. So she's checking the price. This one here is really, really nice. And go up. Yeah. So the saddle can come up. Okay. And an battery. So there's the battery there. You can actually change the battery by hand. It's much, much different than my one. So 14,000 new moon pan, new moon half pan. Okay, an E. So bad noon. Let's say Ceylon. Try the yellow one. Ceylon. Ceylon is yellow in Thai. Any try. So Mungan, same, and any Sikil. Oh, 22,000. Okay. Battery eye, a big battery eye. Okay. Thank you. Pumpkin gone. Say bye YouTube. Thank you. Okay. So the green one there at the back, that one there, those ones are 22,000 baht, but they have an appearance more like a regular moped or scooter, but the battery is more powerful. So they're actually quite a bit more expensive than my one. Is identical, by the way, to the yellow ones there. So I paid 10,500 for mine, but they're looking for 14,000, which is almost another couple of hundred. Huh? Any? Yeah. Good. Yeah. Good. Okay. Pom me today. See dang. Yeah. Okay. So the motorcycle taxi guy is telling me I should go for this one, but for me, the wife is one of them. That's more of an invalid thing. Okay. Pom Khao Chai. Okay. Good. But there's the green ones there. So they look more like a regular motorcycle, but the saddle doesn't go up. That's the problem with those. But for 22,000, I'll be thinking again. So you're looking at 20,000 for one of those. The cheapest one, which is one like I have here, almost identical. This one was 10,250, but I got it outside Bangkok a year ago. But they're looking for 14,000 for the similar one, and 20 up to 24,000. But you see, if you're looking at that kind of money, you could get a regular Honda or Suzuki or Yamaha moped for about 30,000. But you're going to have your tax and insurance, you see. With these, you don't need your tax and insurance, and of course it's electric, so you won't have the expense of buying gasoline, but that's incidental anyway. But I just thought I'd have a look, you see, and now I've been put off the prospect of buying one because the place where I bought the one I have is 50% cheaper than the ones that are here. But once you get used to these things, it really becomes almost like a necessity for me. You know, if I want to go to 7-Eleven, if I want to go to the MRT, if I'm shooting videos for the Big Picture Al Panorama in Sukhumvit, I will take my motorcycle 5A, that's electric motorcycle, to the park and ride in the MRT and get the MRT. It's an absolute gem, it really is. So if you're thinking of getting transport in Thailand, you could go, you won't go too far wrong buying an electric bike, because you see they're quite affordable. But remember, keep an eye out for the stem of the saddle. If it's not, they won't have the stem. You'd have to go to a regular bicycle shop, because there's a bicycle shop just up there, and that's where I went. You'd have to go to a regular bicycle shop to get the stem, because he had it in stock. Luckily enough, because you can see how much I've had to raise that up compared to the other ones over here, just to give you a heads up on this. That one is almost identical to mine, and you can see how low that is, and the stem the stem it comes with doesn't go up that high. So there you go. That's just something to keep an eye out for. So listen, I hope you've enjoyed this. I really do. It was a different kind of video, I suppose, but it keeps you in the loop of what to expect when you come here. If you're used to motorcycles, go ahead and buy yourself a regular moped. But remember, they've got one of the highest rates of road fatalities anywhere in the world, and 60% of those fatalities occur on motorcycles. If you're on your electric motorcycle, you're less likely to be involved in an accident because you're not going to travel that far and you're not going to travel that fast. So there you go. So I hope you've enjoyed this little look at real life in Thailand. And if you have enjoyed it, make sure you click that like button, click the share button, click the subscribe button. Do all those wonderful things, and I'll bring you back another wonderful video very soon. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to head home on my motorcycle Phi Pha. Here we go. It's as simple as this. So, phone in the pannier, if you want to call it that. Kick off the brake or the stand. Remember, as I said, they might not be all that durable, you know, that's the only thing. But look, I can't turn the throttle because of that, so I have to lock it underneath that, keep it in. I usually put my thumb there to keep it in, and start her up. There she is on, she's ready to go. Simple as that. See you later.